Happy has just released Arc 7 Chapter 91, and this video will be a summary of the chapter. I highly recommend you check out my Arc 7 Chapter 90 video. Anyways, yes, Tappy released 2 chapters today. Anyways, let's begin. She takes off her clothes and she stretches out her arms and legs. She then runs across the grass forward as her golden hair is blown by the wind. She can smell the scent of blood in the air. After all, this is a battlefield. Frederica mutters that this is disgusting. Frederica hasn't met any great disasters. In fact, the only giant issue she faced was back when she met Garfiel at Roswell's mansion, back when they were attacked by Elsa and Emilia. That was the first time Frederica saw a battlefield. Frederica spent most of her time in peace. However, her blood was a mix of beast and human blood, so it would be very easy for her to lose what's important to her. Whilst her brother had greater control over his blood, Frederica lacks in that department. Despite that though, Frederica mutters that everyone is trying their best, so she has to also. Everyone had a role. Emilia made the decisions, Garfiel was a fighter, and Otto had really good judgment. Even Petra was growing before her very own eyes into someone who was useful, and she was currently supporting Otto. Frederica was very proud of Petra. We see that Petra's growth surpasses even Emilia and Subaru's due to her great memory and judgment. She isn't on the battlefield and she isn't a fighter, but she's able to support Otto. Otto will use his blessing to the best of his ability, and Abel will change his tactics to organize the rebel forces. Of course, not all of the rebel forces fall in unison, because some groups would charge ahead and try and get glory. However, Otto and Abel thought that this plan wouldn't last forever. These rebels that charged ahead would eventually face the pillars of the country and be smashed away. Only then will these rebels learn to work together so they can overcome these odds. With that, Frederica calls out to Taritta. Taritta turns around and readies her bow about to shoot Frederica. However, of course, Frederica is in beast mode, so that's the reason why Taritta acted this way. However, Mizelda calls out and pushes Taritta's bow to the side. Frederica introduces herself again, saying that she is Frederica, and Mizelda says that she's a beautiful beast, and that if she didn't know who Frederica was, she would have skinned her and hung her up at the village of the Shadrak, since her fur was very beautiful. Frederica says that she will take that as a compliment. We see that Otto and Petra collect information. Abel also refines this information and gives out messages and battle plans to Frederica, and Frederica is of course the messenger, so she's been running around the battlefields. We see that the third apex, the third summit, is where they should focus their attack. As they looked at the third apex, they saw soldiers getting knocked around. It looked like there was silver and steel dolls moving. Frederica was amazed that Mizelda and Taritta could see the wall. Even with her enhanced beast vision, Frederica couldn't see anything but dust. Frederica explains that the dolls, these metallic dolls, belong to Meguro, one of the 9 divine generals. Taritta hears that and her cheeks stiffen. Of course, it was natural to come against the 9 divine generals, those who are the strongest in the empire. Mizelda reassures Taritta. Mizelda taps Taritta and says that even if it's against the 9 divine generals, they will win. Taritta then pulls out her bow and shoots upwards. Frederica then looked up and saw a flying dragon fall to the ground. When the time is right, they will assault the wall. Should they scale it, they will win. Frederica is then asked what she should do now, and Frederica says that she will relay the message to the other groups, and they will create a hole that the wind can blow through. Frederica wishes them well and tells them to live. Mizelda says that Frederica needs to live, or else her pelt will be in the Shadrakian tribe for generations to come. Frederica continues to run. Her efforts will aid Abel, Otto and Petra, and eventually even help Subaru and Rem, who are potentially in the capital. The scene changes. As Frederica runs away, her beautiful form dissolving into the distance, a man shouted. He couldn't cut through the giant herds of people and enemies. The man was wearing an eye patch, and he cleaved a dragon's neck in two as he landed. Mizelda says that she doesn't like his face, but Jamal says that he needs to breach the capital in order to get to Katia, and he hopes that Todd is protecting Katia. We see that Jamal has learned of Abel's true identity, and as a result has joined the rebellion on the side of Subaru and the rest. And not only that, Jamal was very powerful. Taritta can understand Jamal's reluctance to want to get into the capital, especially if a family member was in the capital. Mizelda and Taritta tell Jamal that they're headed to the third apex, and Jamal asks why. They explain that it's Abel's orders. Immediately Jamal orders his men, the men he gathered from the city of Guaral. They all formed up and prepared to head to the third apex. With that, Taritta did the same and prepared herself to march. Taritta gets ready to call Kuna and Holly, but she notices snow, something she's never seen before in her life. However, Mizelda notices the snow and mentions the name Emily, which is Emilia's fake name. At the city of Guaral, when Emilia did battle, it started snowing, so Mizelda wonders what is happening. Mizelda then peers off in the direction that Frederica ran off and praised Frederica for delivering the new information. And with that, the chapter ends. So again, what I'm going to do for you guys is put up the sort of map of everyone's locations. I might have actually put it up before me saying this, but we can sort of see where everyone is located and the potential locations of every single Divine General, so we can sort of see who is going to be doing battle. Now, it's obvious that Subaru will fight Todd. It seems like the Shadrachs and Jamal are going for Maguro. Obviously, Obart needs to be involved to return Subaru, Medium, and Cecilis back to normal. And Madeline is fighting Emilia. But again, there's the Julius dynamic. I mean, Julius should be arriving at some point. And because of all of the foreshadowing, like in Arc 6, Julius read Balleroy's Book of the Dead. So again, like Julius and Madeline are connected in a way, because Julius was the one that killed Balleroy with Felix. So, you know, there's a lot of backstory here. So Julius has to somehow get involved. So I guess we're going to see what happens. Obviously, Irakia will fight Priscilla. You know, that's pretty much a given. Again, so we'll see what happens. Tappy's on a mad one. He's just uploading chapters left, right, and center. But hopefully you guys can look at this map and sort of tell me what you think is going to happen. This was made by Garkar. So again, thank you to him for making it.